Sairam students, today in this session we'll be doing a revision of the topic of grammar, that is reported speech. You have already learned this. We'll just revise this particular topic because this is an important one. The act of reporting the words of a speaker is called narration. So we have a lot of narrations that happen. There are basically two ways in which a speaker can convey the intended message or the idea to the listener. They are either by direct speech or indirect speech. These are the two ways in which a speaker can convey the message, what he wants to portray or what he wants to convey to the listener. Now let's discuss each of these, that is direct speech and indirect speech, separately. What is direct speech? The reporting of the words of the speaker without making any changes is known as direct speech. It is shown in quotation marks. It is the first person who speaks. So here whatever the speaker speaks directly, as he speaks, it is put in within quotation marks. For example, he said, "I am playing," or she said, "I am painting." So this is within the quotes. There are quotation marks, there are inverted comma put in. So this is direct speech. Now let's see, there are certain rules that direct speech follows. What are they? We write a comma before the direct speech. So there is a comma before the actual person speaking within the quotes. We write the exact words inside the inverted commas. The first letter is a capital letter. We write a full stop before the closing of the inverted commas. So these are the rules that we need to follow when there is direct speech happening. Now what is indirect speech? The act of reporting the words of a speaker by making necessary changes is called indirect speech. There are certain changes we make as we report what the speaker is actually trying to say. In indirect speech, while narrating something, changes are made in the original words of the first person. That is, whoever is speaking, there is some changes that are made in that narration. For example, the tenses and pronouns are changed according to the reporting verb. That is, the first person changes. For example, he said that he was playing. Earlier we dealt with the direct speech where it was he said, "I am playing." So now it is changed to he said that he was playing. So here the tense and the pronoun has been changed in the indirect speech. Or she said that she was painting. So the entire narration changes. There are certain other changes also taking place in the indirect speech. So the rules for the indirect speech are as follows. There are no inverted commas. So as in the direct speech we put inverted commas for the narration, here there are no inverted commas. Indirect speech doesn't have inverted commas in the statement. The comma separating the reporting verb from the direct speech is removed. So even the comma before the actual narration is removed here. Indirect speech is introduced by some connectors like that, if, whether, what, where, etc. Okay, so these are the things where there are certain changes happening in the indirect speech. The reporting verb changes according to the sense conveyed by the speech. According to what is actually conveyed, whether it is a command, whether it is a request, or it is just a conversation happening, the reporting verb changes according to the sense of the speech. All kinds of sentences turn into assertive statements. So, you will not find question marks or exclamation marks in indirect speech. Everything becomes an assertive statement. It becomes assertive in nature. There is a reporting clause in the direct or indirect speech, wherein the words which generally come before the inverted commas are called reporting clause. Now in this you can see the example. Ram said to Rohan, I am going for a movie. So this particular which is highlighted, that is Ram said to Rohan, this is the reporting clause. The verb said is called the reporting verb. So, the word that you see in the sentence, said, is the reporting verb. So, this reporting verb will change according to the sense of the statement that is being portrayed in the direct speech. Okay, students, now let's move ahead. There are certain rules for changing direct to indirect speech. We need to follow these when we change the sentences from direct to indirect. The first one here is the rules for changing the pronouns. Okay, you know what are pronouns? These are words used instead of nouns. So, you can see this table. Make a note of this, where you see generally the first and the second person in the direct speech gets converted to the third person in the reported speech. Like for example, if I have to name a few, we in the direct speech becomes they in a reported speech, or you becomes him, her, or them. So you have to accordingly change the pronoun in the reported speech. So just make a note of this table. Now next we see the rules for changing auxiliary verbs. Now certain verbs you have to change them when you transfer them from direct to indirect speech. So again there is a table provided to you so that you can take in and you can understand what the familiar words that generally occur in statements. So for example, if in the direct speech you have can, in the indirect speech it changes to could, or do or does changes to did. Is, am, are will change to was or were. Has, have changes to had. So these are the general verbs that undergo certain changes in the indirect speech. So students, just take a note of these. Now next we have the rules for changing words expressing time and place. Again there are certain words which express time and place. So here we see these words. In the direct speech, if it is here, in the indirect it will change to there, or these changes to those, thus changes to so. Certain other words we have, where we have today in the direct speech changes to that day in the indirect speech. Tomorrow changes to the next day. Yesterday to the previous day. So you have to keep these things in mind when you are converting direct to indirect speech. Also we have last week changing to the previous week. Tonight is that night. The next day changes to the following day. So you need to make a note of these words which are very important. They occur in regularly or frequently in the sentences. Now let's see what are the rules for changing the tenses. The tenses also undergo a change. So what rules we generally follow? First, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, the reported speech, that is the indirect speech, also must be in the past tense. Now, for example, you see here, she said, I am writing a letter. This is the direct speech. The reporting verb here is said. Now, when this is converted to indirect speech or reported speech, the reporting verb would remain the same. You can see in this example, what is the change? She said that she was writing a letter. So, in the indirect speech, the reporting verb will remain the same. So, if it is in the past, in the indirect speech also it would be in the past. So, you need to remember this particular rule. Next, if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense of the verb is not changed in the indirect speech. Now, let's see with the example. She says, I am flying a kite. So, this is in the present tense. So, here when it is changed to indirect speech, the reporting verb again is the same. She says that she is flying a kite. So, this does not change. The reporting verb here does not change. Another one is, he will say, I want a glass of milk. So, this is again in the future tense. So, the reporting verb will continue to remain the same. He will say that he wants a glass of milk. Only changes that occur is you remove the inverted commas, the pronouns change, but the reporting verb will remain the same. I hope you are clear with this, students. Now, next we see the rules for interrogative questions, that is, questions which are interrogative in nature. So, here under this, the first one is, the reporting verb is changed into asked, enquired, wanted to know in the indirect speech. So, for example, here it is, he said, who are you? This is in the direct speech. Now, you can see the said is the reporting verb out here. When you change it to the indirect speech, what it becomes? He asked him who he was. So here you can see the question mark again is not existing in the indirect speech or reported speech. It becomes a assertive statement. Okay, so he asked him who he was. So the reporting verb changes to asked from said. If it is a yes or no question, then if or whether is used after the reporting verb. So suppose the question is just where you need to answer yes or no. You have to use if or whether. So for example, he said, are you happy here? So here he enquired, again because it's a question, said is changed to enquired, if he was happy there. So if is used and here becomes there in the indirect speech. So if it's a yes no question, if or whether needs to be used after the reporting verb. Hope you're clear with the interrogative questions part. Now let's see the rules for changing commands and requests. If it is a command, change the reporting verb to told, ordered or commanded. So for example, the judge said to the witness, tell the truth. So here said is the reporting verb in the direct speech. Now when it is converted to indirect speech, that said, because it's a command, changes to ordered. So the judge ordered the witness to tell the truth. So here the command is wherein you change the reporting verb from said to ordered. There are also certain negative commands. These are changed by adding not plus an infinitive. What's an infinitive? The word to, which comes along with the verb. So here, for example, the principal said to the students, don't go in. So don't is a negative command out here. So now when that is converted to a indirect speech, it says the principal told the students not to go in. So told is a command that she is giving. Also, not to go in is a negative command. Don't becomes not to. So not plus an infinitive to go in. So these are the rules you need to follow when there are statements with negative commands. Then we have a request. To report a request, the reporting verb is changed into requested, begged, pleaded. Okay, for example, the hungry man said, please give me some food. So here the reporting verb is said in the direct speech, and there is a request put in that he needed some food. So when you convert it into an indirect or reported speech, the reporting verb changes to requested. So the hungry man requested them to give him some food. So this, in a request, you can also write begged, pleaded. So request changes to, in a request, the reporting verb changes from said to requested. So these are the rules that you need to keep in mind when you're changing from direct to indirect speech. I hope students, you've understood what the basic rules, what are the things you need to remember in reported speech and how you need to convert them using the rules given.